I have now seen all 10 best pictures, and this is my ranking. Number 10, Amelia Perez, a completely fucking awful movie that is an insult to trans people and Mexican people. I loathe this movie with every fiber of my being. I hope this thing gets washed down the drain. It is fucking dog shit. Number 9 is The Brutalist. What would happen if you gave a mediocre white guy who has deluded himself into believing that he's an intellectual some money to make a completely pretentious and empty, soulless epic? Well, The Brutalist is the answer. I hope this thing also does not win anything. Although I have to say, Guy Pearce and Adrian Brody are both great in this movie, so if they win an Oscars, I'm not going to hold it against them. Number 8 is Dune Part 2. Basically empty calories, although it is a visual spectacle, doesn't really do Frank Herbert justice, and the politics in this movie are about as sophisticated as the ingredients required to make a peanut butter sandwich. Both of them yellow, as a matter of fact. All right, now we get to the ones that are good. Not great, but pretty fucking solid. Number 7 is Conclave. I'm not sure if this is really cinema, but it definitely is a decent episode of Matlock. Although, while I'm giving Edward Berger so much shit, I should point out that there are some very nice staircases, and the depiction of papal politics is extremely compelling, so it's not bad. Number 6 is A Complete Unknown, which does an interesting riff on the biopic, because it's not really about Bob Dylan so much as it is about the 1960s music scene. This was a tremendously enjoyable movie. I'm not sure if I would call it a classic, but it's definitely a really enthralling and entertaining movie that's worth your while. And now we have the top 5. And all 5 of these movies are completely great. Really, all 5 of these movies you will be moved by, you will have fun. In short, I strongly recommend this quintet. Number 5 is Wicked. Yes, I enjoyed the ever-living fuck out of Wicked. This movie was a complete and total surprise. Absolutely imaginative, has an interesting little political subtext going on, and I cannot wait for Wicked Part 2. This movie is objectively entertaining and just filled with all sorts of imagination. Number 4 is Nickel Boys, based off of the Colson Whitehead novel. This has something extremely interesting it does with the camera, in terms of point of view. And it turns out to be a very emotionally poignant movie. I really love this movie. And now here are the 3 that I'd ride or die for. Oh yeah, motherfuckers, I am big time stands for the next 3. Give them all the motherfucking Oscars! Number 3 is The Substance, an absolutely entertaining body horror movie with a bit of a fucking edge to it. This movie does shit with body horror that I haven't seen in a while, and it does so in a very specific way. Great performances by Demi Moore and Margaret Qualley. This movie is also just feminist as fuck, but in a way that is not off-putting, in a way that you can completely get behind. It just feels so cathartically, oh, this is your fucking dopamine hit if you go to the fucking cinema. Number 2 is Honora, Sean Baker's amazingly original movie about a sex worker who hooks up with some weird Russian dude, and Mikey Madison is absolutely compelling in this. This movie keeps you guessing all throughout its entire run. It takes many chances, and it has a lot to fucking say about relationships and work and living. And, of course, it's, fucking Brooklyn. So I gotta give this one number 2. And now I am about to drop the best movie among the Best Picture nominees. This movie had me thinking for fucking days and caused me to pick up books on Brazilian history. Number 1 is I'm Still Here. This is not only a movie for our times, it is a timeless movie. This deals with Fernanda Torres playing a mother and a wife to this man who gets disappeared under the Brazilian military dictatorship. And her fucking performance will completely move you to tears, as it did me. She deserves the Oscar for Best Actress. She, by far, gave the best performance in 2024. And this movie will sneak up on you. I have been reading books about Brazilian history. This book talks about the history of Brazil, but it also is a warning to those of us here in America who live in a fucking fascist state. And there we have it, folks. That's the ranking. All told, I enjoyed 7 of the 10 movies. That's a pretty good batting average. And I'll see you good folks next year when I do the same goddamn thing, probably on YouTube at this point.